Hey guys, so many of you struggle with the toss. Sometimes I see that you have actually a good motion, a good trophy position, but the toss is all over the place. That is such a common mistake. That is something that is undervalued because if your toss is not in the same spot every time, you're just not going to have a consistent serve. So today I'm going to talk about some exercises that you can do to fix your toss, the most common toss mistakes, and what you can do to fix it. So the first mistake that I see very often, and this is mostly in the beginner level, I would say, maybe intermediate too, is that the arm isn't straight, right? We're not tossing this way all the way up, but actually bending the arm in this position, okay? So the ball keeps going back. Okay, so that's very common, and sometimes they don't understand why the toss keeps going back and they're like, I just can't toss in front. Okay, if your arm doesn't stay straight the entire time, it's not going to be possible that you toss in front because there the ball is going back. Here you guys can see a little bit better that when I toss and bend my arm, it automatically goes back. Okay, so it looks like this, right? I'm not stretching it, so I want to keep it straight the entire time. Okay, so very important that you do not bend the arm. Now the second mistake is how you're grabbing the ball, because sometimes even if you are doing a good job of keeping the straight arm, the way you're grabbing the ball makes a difference on where the ball goes. Okay, I know it seems really complicated, but it's really not. So the way I see it happening is that a lot of the times, first of all, this is one of the mistakes, you're grabbing it too tight. Okay, so what happens when you're grabbing it too tight is the same thing. The ball is gonna go back. Okay, because even if the ball is straight, when you're too tight, you're gonna let go of the ball late. Okay, so the ball is going to go back. Okay, because it's really tough to let go of the ball early when you're grabbing it so tight. So you don't want to grab it tight. That's the first thing. Okay, you want to grab it really loose. Okay, really loose. This way, you want to grab it in these 3 fingers. Okay, basically the other fingers are for decoration. Right here, nice and loose with our arms straight. That way we have a perfect toss. Okay, the other thing that you don't want to do is put the thumb over the ball, because that will also cause the ball to go back. If you put the thumb this way, it's the same thing as if you were grabbing it too tight, and it looks like this. If the thumb is like that, I'm going to let it go, but I'm not able to let it go in front because the thumb is over the ball, and I'm not able to let go of the ball early enough. We don't want to put the thumb over the ball. We want to leave it. Nothing is happening with the thumb here. Just decoration. Again, right here. We want to use these 3 fingers, and that is it. Okay? The next really common mistake that I see is that people set out for the serve. Okay, I'm set up right here for the serve. Okay, this is my line. I want to make sure that I have a good line, meaning that this foot is not too much like this, too much like that. I have a good line. Okay? I'm going to show you what that line looks like. So basically what I want to do, okay, with this foot is try to make it point at that post over there. All right, that post next to the net. That's how I want the tip of my foot to point that way. Okay, so that is how I want the line of my toss to look like. The mistake that I see is that this line starts to get like this to the side. So instead of following the foot, it starts to go to the side. And guess what happens when I toss it this way? The ball goes to the left. So it's not going back anymore in this way, but it's going to the left. Okay? That was a little bit of an exaggeration, but I see that a lot of people setting up here, going into the motion here with both arms, and then they toss the shot when you're already in this motion and you don't have a choice but to do that, and then the ball goes to the left. So I'll show you here. Take it too much in with both arms, and then you end up tossing instead of following the tip of my shoe. Okay, this way, you end up tossing this way. The ball goes to the left. Don't want to do that, because even if you're trying really hard to make the ball go at 12 o'clock, you can't make it go there because you're doing this and it's really difficult to make the ball go stay here when you're doing that mistake, okay? So make sure that you follow the line of the tip of your shoe. You point it at that post over there and you follow that line. So let go over here when you're at the tip of your shoe, start to separate already instead of taking all the way back here. That way your toss doesn't suffer, okay? Now, there's a lot of different tosses, right? Some players, I'm gonna give a variation between 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 11 o'clock, okay? So what I always recommend my players is to focus on 12 o'clock. Every toss I want it at 12 o'clock, right? So I want my toss over here, okay, at 12 o'clock. So I want the toss over my head right here. I don't want my toss too much to the right, too much to the left. And the variation is slightly, if you go slightly to the left, depending maybe if you're doing a kick serve, and slightly to the right for players that maybe just do a lot of slices, but we do want to try to make all of our tosses at 12 o'clock. So right here, how we would want it to look like, 12 o'clock right here a slight variation to the right here a slight variation to the left. These are okay. Okay, what's not okay is when we're leaning this way or we're leaning this way. That is not good. We hope for 12 o'clock or all the serves will be okay. Now, a great exercise that I'm going to give you has really helped a lot of my players and is the following. First step, stand with the back to the fence, the fence in the back of the court, and practice the line of your toss. Okay, so I am right here. This is the line, and I want to have this not straight here touching the fence, but around here where the shoe is, okay? But in this motion, okay? We want to make sure that the arm is straight. We're doing what I said about the fingers, 3 fingers, the thumb is not up, we're not holding it too tight, arm is straight, we're in this position, and we're repeating this motion over and over. Now, maybe a lot of you will be like, okay, I'm doing this and the ball is fine, and then when I actually do the motion, my toss goes all over the place. Well, you're probably not doing the same thing, 1, and also 2, what I tell my students is toss it like you're gonna catch it, okay? So a lot of the times when we're doing this, because we want to catch the ball, I'm gonna go even farther here so you can see the ball, then we want to catch it, right? We toss here and we catch. Oh yeah, great, perfect, we're doing exactly what we're supposed to. But then when we go there and we make the full motion, then we for some reason toss it like so much stronger and a lot of the stuff happens, okay? No, do the same thing when you go back and practice your full motion serve. Toss it like you're gonna catch it, okay? Stand in the same position, do your motion, and toss it like you would catch it. Pretend, maybe do 1 and 1. That's what I like to do. Do 1 motion here. Oh, catch it. Perfect. That was a good catch. So that should be at 12 o'clock. The next one, 12 o'clock, and I hit it. Okay, you do 1 and 1 to work on your toss. That really has helped my players, and it is important that you know what your mistake is. Sometimes people don't even know what their mistake is, and that's why coaching is so important, because they can point out exactly what your specific mistake is. And sometimes even when you know what your mistake is, you still can't fix it, or you're just not progressing as fast as you thought. And that's because it's really not as easy as it looks, and some of these tips may help, but realistically you do need somebody to mentor you, to tell you exactly what is happening, why is it not progressing, or maybe you can't look at yourself, or even if you look at yourself in the video, you still don't know exactly where the problem is coming from, okay? So coaching is extremely important. So make sure you have somebody you trust at home or whatever it is, but you do need guidance, because tennis is a difficult and very, very technical, nitty-gritty sport, okay? We do offer online services that we do to mentoring the players that don't live here, they can't come for our coaching. We do have a coaching app, so there you can get stroke analysis, you can get a plan, monthly plan for what you need to work on. We can take a look at you, you can ask us any questions, and it's really great. It's like an on-the-go coach app, so that is really helpful. But anyhow, guys, I hope this helps at least a little bit, and that you can at least get the toss to go to the same spot consistently. If you guys found this information useful, please make sure to like this video and subscribe so I can keep making videos like this for you guys.